Thank you so much for having me. I can't complain. I can't complain. Today's been a great day. We're this close to Friday,
I
which
know,
is even
right?
better.
Fact. Yeah, exactly.
I can't complain at all.
I know you were artists, or do you still do your artist thing? Are you still doing that, or that's kind of like on hold for now?
I found myself recently dibbling and dabbling. So right now we still consider it the back burner because I'm really still immersed in production and everything. But maybe one day I might just jump out the box and surprise somebody. Who
Okay,
knows?
that's dope. That's dope. Okay, that's what's up. Always keep all your options open. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yes,
All right.
absolutely.
Okay, cool. So I guess I will start with how did you get your start, pretty much in radio, or what made you want to go down that lane of radio and broadcast?
To be honest with you, it found me. So at the time, it was like 2016. I had just lost my best friend, right?
I did it.
So at that moment, I was literally spiraling. You know how you're in a spiral, but you don't really see it at that moment. And so I'm like, yo, I just need to find something to do, something to keep myself busy. Cause me and my best friend was already recording. So it was like, just find something to do, keep yourself busy. At the moment, there was a station here in Raleigh where they were looking for volunteers. And I'm like, well, shoot, if I could just volunteer, I'll be all right.
Yeah.
I can, I'll be all right. And then it started from literally volunteering to being able to be around every day and to be able to be taken into someone else's wing and them showing me like, hey, this is how you cut a commercial. This is how you like edit music. This is how you would set up a crate if you wanted to DJ. So it literally started from saying like, hey, I need to move at some point.
Okay, that's what's up. So you basically had like a mentor or someone to show you the ropes and stuff like that
Absolutely.
while getting into the business. That's what's up. I think that's very important. You know,
Yes.
mentorship, if you can go up under someone's wing and learn the game from them. So that's what's up. Salute to whoever that was. You want to shout them?
Shout out to DJ 20,
Hey, DJ 20. Okay, that's what's up.
DJ 20 and the Fleet DJs too, because they were around. So they were able to feed it to me a lot as well. But 20 was the one that showed me everything I needed to know.
That's dope. That's what's up. Okay. With that being said, do you have any influences in the game? Podcasting, radio hosts, or anybody that radio personality, DJs, or any media figures that influence you?
Yeah, there's actually quite a few. Of course, DJ 20, the main source of, empowerment for me, but Angie Martinez,
Let
Angela G.
Okay.
I enjoy Angela. Although Charlemagne could be, a power thing, but I enjoy him because he knows how to capture your attention and he knows how to tell the stories. Big boy.
Okay.
There's so many people that I see on the constant. I'm like, "Ooh, I like how you did this, or I like how you not to say rage, but to heighten the story. So then that way the person heard what was being said, what kind of message you were trying to convey. All of them have different ways of trying to tell those stories. So just watching them and listening to them, it's like, there's something out here for me that I can pick up going forward.
Okay. Yeah, those are like legendary figures in the radio space, like legendary, like Angie Martinez, Charlemagne, Big Boy. Those names, those are like, of in our culture. So it don't get no better
Yes.
than that. So those are creme de la creme of our, and there's others out there, of course, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, that's a good influence right there that you learning the game from. So that's what's up. I like that. I like that. For people hearing you for the first time, how would you introduce yourself to them? Like, what would be your thing? Like somebody never heard you that just tuning in for the first time. Like, how would you go about introducing OB Royal to your new listeners and stuff like that?
That's a great question. So I definitely love to get energy. There's two taglines that I love.
Okay.
You're now locked into POV with your girl OB, and it's just my own point of view. Is not 100% fact, you know what I'm saying? It's just content, basically what I, share. But just giving my point of view, like, hey, this is what I see. Do y'all feel the same? And just try to get that feedback as far as trying to build a community. With that, I feel like that comes off as a warm energy and makes people want to engage. But then there's another tagline that I love to use is, "What's up, yo? It's your girl Oblio."
Okay.
And from there, it's like, oh, yep, she's on live now. So
All right.
something to differentiate what I'm doing throughout the week.
All right, that's what's up. That's dope. I like that. I like you got your taglines and your catchphrases. Everybody needs a signature. I think everybody needs like their signature. Like Funk Master Flex have, the bombs where he dropped the bombs. Charlemagne, he has his signature. Angel Martinez, all the greats and all the people that have been doing it. You got your signature, way of doing things. So I like that. That's dope. That's dope. I guess this is kind of like piggybacking off the question I just asked. How would you describe your personality and style as a host? Is it, more conversational, more, how would you describe your style?
I'm definitely more relaxed. I'm
Okay.
more relaxed because I want to feel like we're friends having conversation, having a good conversation. And it doesn't have to feel, so formal, but I feel like with us having a conversation, it goes by faster. And not only that, I feel like you could probably talk a whole lot longer or just having a one-on-one, you having a chat with your girls or your homeboy. And I feel like it works better that way. Now, sometimes I can't say that. It works better for me
Yeah.
that way.
Right. Find out what works for you. I like that. Okay. All right, cool. I like that answer. What do you want listeners to take away from your show? Like if they listen to it, like what do you want them to get by listening to you?
That's a great question. Outside of me wanting to share music, because I like to call myself a musical savant,
Okay.
there's not too much music I won't play,
Okay.
to be honest. Like if I like it, I'm going to play it.
I'm like that
And
same way.
I would like to share no definitely a nuance when it comes to music and when it's in the States, outside the States, something to help broaden the mind. But I also want to bring you some education not within the community. So I do community service a lot. So I try to, say, hey, this is what's going on in the community. We got this going on. We got that going on. Maybe in the future I can find some more seminars to bring to the table and, just help bring what we could add value to ourselves to make our communities better.
Right. Okay. That's what's up. I like that. You just mentioned music. I'm a music guy. I love my music and everything like that. Kind of shifted a little bit. What kind of music are you listening to right now? What's on your playlist? What you riding around to? Do you have any favorite artists, any favorite genre of music, or like what is OB Royal listening to right now these days?
So, I mean, of course, we all love our hip hop and R&B. I'm a R&B head all the way.
Facts.
However, I just did a blind review on an artist named Becky G. She's a Latino artist. Fire Project.
Fire.
No skips.
No skips. Okay.
No skips. There's 17 records on this album. I took at least about 12 of them. I love Afro beats. So Devado just dropped the album as well.
Okay.
Fire. Like just fire. So my thing is I try not to stick to one specific category
Yeah.
because sometimes it's easy to go tone deaf, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And sometimes it's like, well, when it comes to this specific channel, this is all you're going to hear. You're not going to hear what was on Pooh C's album. You're not going to hear what Becky G just dropped. You're not going to hear that Too Short just dropped a project. So I really like being all over the place because I want to expand like, hey, even though these people may not be 100% in your face, they still working and they're still making great quality music. Like,
Yeah, that is
you
true.
got to hear it.
Yeah. Yeah, to piggyback off of that, it's a lot of great music out here, that a lot of people haven't even tapped into yet. Like, it's a lot of artists. I mean, of course, you got the big names out there, of course, but you got
Mhm.
to put your ear to the street, kind of broaden your horizon a little bit. Like you said, you kind of go to the Afro beats. You kind of, you open to a lot of different genres of music. So that's how you
Yes.
enjoy the whole experience. Of course, we love our hip hop and R&B, but
Mhm.
I'll go out there and try to explore, different genres of music as well. So I can relate to that.
Absolutely. Hey, listen, for real, whenever you get a chance, please listen to the Becky G album.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna do
It's
that.
really great.
You said Becky G?
Becky G, she's a Latino artist. Now, again, I don't speak Spanish. I don't.
Okay.
But every track felt great. Like the mood, I'm not gonna overdose, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
Just
yeah. I feel you. So, how important is it, in your opinion, for like radio hosts or DJs to put people on listeners on to new and emerging artists? Do you think that's important? You think that's the job of the radio host or DJ or whomever?
absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely, because first of all, the when the person hears the song, they're gonna be like, "Okay, well, first of all, who is that?" Second of all, you're gonna look to see who's playing the music, like, "Oh, it's coming from over there." And then that makes you introduce yourself to the DJ, like, "Hey, how are you?" Like, and that starts the conversation. So then you can be like, "Oh yeah, that's such and such. Well, you can follow them at this, this, and this, and this." I like to believe in the 3-degree rule. You know what I'm saying? Like you're always at least 3 degrees away from where you want to be. And it's always because that one person. So you know this one person, you're about 3 degrees away from knowing the next person that you would like to get in contact with that can help move things along. And so I definitely agree that it's very important for radio shows, DJs to promote artists and their music.
Okay. All right. That's what's up. I agree with that. That's a nice answer. I like that. I guess with the emergence of like podcasts, YouTube, TikTok, and streaming and all that kind of stuff being so big, what role do you think radio still plays in music culture? Do you think it's still a major? Because back in the day, radio was all we had to consume music. That's how you heard your first song, that song. You had to wait to hear that song again. But now there's other ways to consume music. Do you feel radio still as important to discovering new music or to the culture in general? I think it is. Me personally, I think radio is still needed, still important. But what is your view on that?
I do. I honestly agree with you. Ironically, for me, it just goes hand to hand. So TDS Radio is not only an online radio station, we actually have an
Yeah.
actual podcast that I engineer for.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you're talking about something that continuously goes over culture daily versus if it's our culture or somebody else's culture,
Right.
right? Podcast is continuously immersed in culture. You're talking about music half the time, right? Or you talk about what an artist did or what politics has going on, which still goes into, you know, radio as well. I think the only thing podcasting doesn't 100% do is more or less promote like an album or a music thing. Like, yeah, you may have the featured artist or you may be talking about the artist that may
Right.
drive that research up about the artist. I just don't think primarily you don't really get to hear the consistency of music when it comes to just podcasting.
Right. Okay. Okay. That's what's up. I like that. I like that. Um, what was your first time being on air, anything like that? Was you nervous? Like what was going through your mind? Like the first time you got on there? 'Cause I know it would be kind of nervous, talking to people and people listening to you, critiquing and all that kind of stuff. What was going through your mind the first time?
Ooh, I still get nervous, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah.
I still get nervous. A lot of things go through my mind. The first time, I was actually low key just thrown into the wolves for at that point because there was some other foolishness going on in the background and I really didn't have a choice like because just a little bit more background. So shout out to DJ 20. DJ 20 is completely blind. And I had to help him a lot when it came to just what he was doing. So the fact that he was teaching me while he was, while he's blind is another thing. But there was a particular day he was like, I need you to read this. Please don't mess this up. I'm like, oh, but thanks. And this is like live on air at that. So I never spoke on air before. All I have ever done was edit, cut, and clean. So now you're asking me to speak or gather stories. But now you're actually asking me to speak, and this is about to be a problem. Okay, well, deep breath. I sped through it. I don't even think anyone heard what I really said because I was talking so fast.
Okay.
But once I got through it, I realized, okay, you have to continue to put yourself in this position to, it's okay to be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So I still have my little nervous moments. There's no lie about that. But I've been able to be a little bit more comfortable with making myself uncomfortable.
Okay. That's what's up. I like that. Got to get comfortable making yourself uncomfortable. I like that. You got to step outside your comfort zone. That's
Yeah,
where all the great things are happening outside your comfort zone. So you have to step out of it, shake off the nerves and just get to it.
to it.
Just, let the people judge it how they may, but you got to put yourself out there.
Facts.
I like that. Okay. I guess to shift a little back. Hip hop. Are you a hip hop kind of person? Do you like hip hop? Do you have any favorite hip hop artists or rappers or anything like that? Or you not? Yeah.
Absolutely. I
Okay.
love hip hop.
Okay. Let me hear it.
Actually,
Who you rock
I'm
with?
all over the place. So I'm definitely a huge the baby fan. I definitely rock with the baby. Trap Dicky, he's been on my radar most recently. Okay, we're gonna do Carolina for a little bit.
Okay.
And then J. Cole.
J. Cole.
I also enjoy OT, Mexican OT.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, I know you're talking about.
I love the way he just rolls everything. Like that is just really immaculate to me. I love that. I love Key Glock. Key
Yeah.
Glock,
Yeah, I like Key Glock. Yeah.
he puts me in my mode. I'd be like, all right.
Yeah.
I'm not really thugging because I don't live that life. But I'd be like, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
definitely Kendrick.
Okay.
I still go back to his Mad City stuff. I still go back to his Mad City. Oh, geez, Louise. There's so many. I enjoy Moneybagg. I enjoy Moneybagg because his production is I feel like it's sweet. Like it's a good middle to where it's not like super like hard where I feel trapped out, but I can like bounce at the same time, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely enjoy him. Those are the few that I definitely have off the top of my head.
What you an NBA young boy fan? Kodak?
Now, that's definitely a mood, okay?
Okay.
Because
Okay.
I gotta be like, yeah, it's one of those days,
Yeah, yeah,
and then I can because I could chill. I'd be like, you know what, just let him ride out. He gonna slide for me. I ain't gotta do nothing because he talk about it.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yes, I definitely enjoy NBA YoungBoy on a.
Okay. All right. I'm a little more, old school with mine. I love like the 90s hip hop artists, the Jay-Z, Nas, Biggie, Tupac. I like some new guys too. Don't get me wrong.
Mhm.
I like the Kendrick, the Coles. I like some of Drake's stuff. I like Future. Some of the new guys. I like Vince Staples.
I enjoy Ben
Yeah,
Staples.
I enjoy him. His last project, his last album that just came out called Crybaby, that was really good.
I have not heard that
Yeah,
one.
it's kinda different. I think, if you get a chance, check it out. It's real different,
Really?
kinda like alternative hip hop style, great message hidden in there. So, yeah, I like that. Like I said, I like a lot of new guys as well. I like Griselda, West Side Gun, all those all those guys. But I'm really more of a 90s hip hop head, 90s R&B guy. I like some new R&B as well, but
Mm.
if you had to put me up against it, you'd be like, "Oh yeah, I like the old stuff." As you can see behind me, some of the vinyl that I have behind me.
Old is good
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
old
yeah.
is still good. Like I think because everything is always continuously studied, history pieces. So
Yep, yep.
like people are still going back to those good records and like, hey, like there's a couple of times where I witnessed a sample. I'm like, well, that song sounds so
Yeah. Yep.
familiar. And it wasn't until later, like, oh, it was this, a sample from this. So listen, I enjoy it. And there's nothing wrong with good old 90s because it's the greatest.
Yep.
Okay.
Facts, facts. Okay. All right. I see you know your stuff. I see you know your shit. I like that. I like that. You plugged in. You plugged in for real. I like that. Let me see. Okay, well, I guess with this one, where do you ultimately want radio and media to take you in the next 5 years? Like, where do you see yourself? Like, do you want to expand, what you're doing? How do you want to do it? Where do you see yourself taking, the radio and media thing in the next 5 years?
Okay. Um, I definitely see expansion. What I would like to do. So what I would like to do is help broadcast others. And I feel like with that will help build what I would like. So if it really I would like to continue to just push my community.
Yeah.
So I definitely see me doing more hostings, doing DJ gigs, more DJ gigs outside of Twitch.
Okay.
But bringing a platform to people that don't really have a voice or don't really have the means to be in specific spaces, because we all know there's different ways that we can continue to level up. Sometimes different avenues are easier than others or for others.
Yeah.
I don't want that to be a hindrance for anybody. I want you to be like, "Hey, I want to do an interview with you and let's talk about my project." Okay, well, let's get it. We're done and get it done and it's done. Okay, I got a such and such coming up and they're looking for artists. Do you want to perform? Here's this information. You go do that. Like, that's all I really want to do is continue to push whoever that needs help.
Okay. I like that. I like that. I'm the same way. I'm all about collaboration, helping and pushing the community forward, pushing the culture forward. So I can align with your vision when it comes to that for sure. That's what I'm all about. So yeah, I like that. I like that. Let me see. Anything else you want to discuss, like far as like what you got going on, or anything like that that you want to throw in there?
Yes. I had a homeless drive coming up August the 29th in the Raleigh area. It is going down at the Oak City Center in Raleigh. Setup starts at 11:30. Donation starts at 12. If you're looking to give an extra hand, please, by all means, come and join us. Or if you need that resource, please go out to Oak City Center and make sure you get that. It's going down August the 29th, hosted by the Sisters Brunch. Really excited. Something that we've been doing for the past 4 years.
Okay.
And I want to continue to build and grow with that. And then also, I do DJ on live. So
Okay.
if you guys ever get a chance, meet me on Twitch on Tuesdays and Sundays, OB_ROYAL. And I just be right here on the board, sometimes just playing around.
Okay. That's what's up. All right. Okay. What you like playing, like when you're doing events or when you're on Twitch, like to get the crowd going, get yourself going. Do you have any go-to type of music?
Actually enjoy my instrumental folder.
Nice.
Like, I just, so when you're on Instagram or whatever and you can post like the sounds, have you ever found like a song, like it's literally just produced by and it'll have the producers and stuff like that? I enjoy getting those instrumentals. Cause like all of them have their own different sounds, all of them have their own different techniques. So I literally go download as much as their instrumentals that I can. And I like warming up just starting with the producer's instrumentals for a little while.
Okay, that's what's up. That's dope. I like that. That's dope. Like I said, I love what you got going on. I saw see you on Instagram and doing your thing and all that good stuff. But yeah, whatever you have going on, I would love to help support as much as I can. So I'm with it. So I like that. I like that.
Thank you.
I like that. I like that. Well, if you ain't got nothing else to add, that's pretty much all the questions that I had. If you wanted to, whatever you wanted to do, if that's it for you, that's pretty much all I had. It went smoothly. You went easily, wasn't no problem. So I thought it would take 30 minutes. Where we at 26 minutes. So yeah.
I'll just tag my station really quickly.
Yeah,
So
sure, cool.
when we repost, I can make sure everybody gets tagged. And also make sure you follow TDS Radio on Instagram. Two Dope Siblings. TDS.
TDS. Okay, I got to
Yes.
follow that. It stands for what? Two dope siblings. You said?
Yep. Two Dope Siblings. I met Kim through the original initiation on how I ended up getting into radio. And then once she left, her and her brother did their radio station, and I've been engineering for them ever since.
Nice. That's what's up. I like that. I like that. So did you have any engineering background or anything before that, or you just learned everything on the fly on the go?
Everything on the fly on the go.
That's what's up. I like that. That's dope. That's what's up.
Um,
I definitely got to follow that for sure. Yeah, but
yes, sir.
yeah, yeah. I appreciate you for joining me, Miss OB Royal. I greatly appreciate the conversation. Was dope. I learned a little bit about you, and I appreciate it, yo. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You have a great one. And thank
Yeah.
you so much for having me.
Appreciate it. And yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Greatly appreciate the support. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace. All right, peace.